Hi, basically I decided to come on here today to talk about probably milk. Yeah, it seems milk. I mean, I thought it come from cows basically, but apparently nowadays it's not good enough. It needs boosting, pumping up a bit. So anyway, basically I'll give you a little bit of the background, what's been going on. I've got a few kids who go to school and they've always drank their milk. I believe in those things. And they sent a letter just before the Christmas, basically saying that they was going to be bringing in a new milk, and this new milk was going to have added fluoride in it. So of course, having done my research and knowing what the effects of fluoride are on the brain and young people development, I basically opted out of it, because it's a case of if you don't opt out, they will just give your kids this stuff. So basically I'll get to it, I suppose, and show you what's here. We have these two. Right, it's a case of I don't know if you can see that too well. Okay, it's a case of spot the difference. Difference being that well, not many people can tell actually. There's very little difference to be made of either of them, but I shall attempt to explain to you some of the subtle differences. So, what's the difference? I mean, on the surface of it, there's very little to kind of say. But basically, if you look on it, both say they're made by Dairy Crest. Okay, both of them are by appointment. Oh, to Her Majesty the Queen. That's interesting. Yeah, she just doesn't, appoint any old rubbish after all. And consumer guarantees, and a number on here, obviously, which I can probably put at the bottom of the screen somewhere, so that you can probably phone up and make your own inquiries. Okay, so like I say, everything's the same. And we actually did a little experiment earlier, which we're going to show the video in a little bit, which basically shows two different children, different ages, whether they could tell the difference, because I'm not even sure most adults can. Apparently, out of the whole school, there's only 6 parents that are objected to this, which is pretty scary when you think about it, because no one's doing their homework, obviously. But anyway, here we are, 2 milks that look identical. Nice little friendly picture there. Some kind of rebellious cow with a Mohican. They call it Mohican. It's called the white stuff, and stuff being the right word, I think, there. Are you made of it? Somebody is. Yeah, so basically the difference is, if we're going to take this one, look at this one, you can see it's got an all green top. It says fresh, British, pasteurised, homogenised, semi-skimmed milk. Yeah. Okay. Then we come to this one, which looks pretty much identical, yeah? Apart from when you look at the top, that's a little bit of the small print here. Pasteurised, homogenised, semi-skimmed milk with added fluoride. Okay, what's the big fuss, you say? Well, do your own research and you'll find out why I'm so concerned about this, But basically, the ingredients are homogenised semi-skimmed milk, sodium fluoride, and the percentage is 0.00026% fluoride, which, it doesn't sound all that much. But don't forget, kids are drinking this every day. So within a week, that'll add up. Within a year, within a lifetime. Kids spend a lot of time at school, let me tell you. Oh yes, because they're so concerned about the earth, make sure you recycle at the end of the day. Oh boy, these people, man. Yeah, so 0.0026%. I'll have to go and see, because I don't know about you, but I've always heard from dentists that it's bad for you to swallow toothpaste. Okay, so we're gonna see what's the difference then, because I mean, again, a little bit more of the background story. I found out obviously with my kids going into the school, you know, and I picked them up one day, and my youngest son, who's 4 years old, actually happened to run to the fridge to get some milk out, and I followed him and I looked at the milk and realised it was the one with fluoride he'd picked up. The teachers assured me that when they're there they make sure he doesn't get that one, but let me tell you something, from the beginning of January till only a couple of weeks ago really, I believe he's been on the milk. You know, he was coming home really being sick. I mean, he was throwing up all over the floor. It was like some cottage cheese, something, you know, clearly milk based. But the most scary thing was the fact that even his stools were white. So I don't know what was quite going on there, but you know, it's clearly a concern for me. So yeah, 0.0026% fluoride in here, yeah? I thought I'd look at some toothpaste, you know, just, you can do this yourself, you know. Toothpaste, you know. There we go. Active ingredient, sodium monofluorophosphate, 1.1%. Yeah? Which represents 1,450 parts per million of fluoride, which is quite interesting. Sodium monofluorophosphate, and obviously this one, you know, it's a sodium fluoride. Again, it's a salt, and the way salts work, you know, they get into the bone system. Bones are the place basically where the blood is made, so the blood helps to distribute these things. Nerve tissue, lymph tissue, different things, you know, that are to do with the bones and things like that. So basically it gets about your body. Here's a different type of toothpaste. Again, active ingredients, potassium nitrate, sodium fluoride 0.24%, which is interesting to read. On this one it's 1,100 parts per million fluoride at 0.24%, and the other one is 1.1%, which only has an extra 350 parts per million. So that's quite interesting. So again, let's take a look at something else. Mouthwash, you know, obviously it's been used. It contains sodium fluoride, and this is interesting. Keep out of reach of children. Not recommended for children under 6 years. I wonder why that is. Another mouthwash. This one's not been used, not yet. Lucky in this house with all these kids. And again, contains sodium fluoride, 225 parts per million of fluoride, so that's quite low compared to the toothpaste that we just saw earlier. Again, the interesting point being that it could be anything up to 1%, and the amount of parts per million doesn't seem to vary that much, which asks the question, how can something that's only 1.1% be only the difference of 350 parts per million in something else that's 0.24%. That's a difference by a factor of at least, you know, 5 times as much, I would imagine. You know, a little bit less, but anyway, I is not the mathematician. I'm just here to ask the questions. But again, on the back of this one, it's another caution. It says, do not swallow. Not suitable for use in children under 6 years of age. Again, you know, seems to be some consensus there. But then us as adults are never taught to swallow toothpaste or mouthwash, and that's obviously come from somewhere, from our childhood. So yeah, toothpaste. We don't swallow toothpaste because of the fluoride. And then some bright spark said, oh no, we should add fluoride to the water, you know, it's great, you know, help the kids' teeth stay in their mouths. Well, I don't know if that's necessarily the case, because you still got to brush your teeth and floss your teeth and see. You know, I'd still want to say that dentists are good on the whole, majority of them, you know, I would imagine are trying to do the right thing. But when they are going around the schools, as I was told by the teacher, the Surgeon General, the Dental Association, and these people are going around to the schools and handing out information saying, yes, it's good, you know, and the kids need to have this, and convincing the teachers. And obviously these teachers are not questioning the authority in any way. They're going, okay, yeah, we'll give it to the kids. I mean, these people are coming directly for the kids. I mean, there's something about that, because obviously dentists only make money if they drill holes in your teeth. So what's really the motive behind them preventing this? You know, they're going to lose money at the end of the day. Yeah, so anyway, we're going to let you watch the little video clips, and we're going to be updating this, because apparently I spoke to one of the teachers, like I say, and they said they're going to give me a copy of the paperwork that they was handed. And so hopefully once I've got that, I'll get in touch with you guys again and let you know what's going on here. In the meantime, watch the video, make your own mind up, do your own research, you know, never take what anybody says as gospel, you know, always do your own research. But that's it for me. See you soon.